There is nothing more exciting and enlivening than watching people think quick, fast and funny. It's one of the joys of watching people get up on stage and be funny. And now, for the 12th year, Spontaneous Broadway, the crew are back at the Melbourne Fringe Festival. They basically take the mickey out of musicals. They turn the everyday, the mundane, anything really you like, into instant Broadway-inspired satire. Spontaneous Broadway are at the Melbourne Fringe Festival joining us, and they are going to try and turn some of your ideas into songs. Russell Fletcher, Cal Wilson, Andrew McClelland, and John Thorn, who isn't too close to a microphone. Oh, yes, he is now. Hello. Welcome to you all.
Thank you, Raf.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here.
Great. Andrew's warming up already. Now, I am going to ask you, I'll give you a chance to think, because I want a song of Alan Jones doing My Show. So while you're thinking of Alan Jones doing My Show, he's the Sydney talkback host who's in hot water. Let's just think about what he would sound like doing Drive on 774 Melbourne. Before we get to that, though, I'll start with Russell. Russell Fletcher is the host when you go and see Spontaneous Broadway on stage. A quick description. I'm not sure my description was apt or not. What is Spontaneous Broadway?
We've been going for about 12 years. Our fans know us pretty well. We've had shifting sands in terms of the cast, so we've got a fairly new generation of cast members now, fantastic improvisers and comedians, and some people guesting with us during the Fringe great musical theatre stars in their own right. Well, the audience come along and they write down song titles that they make up.
I noticed this year they can tweet.
They can.
Exciting.
Gosh, you guys are modern.
Very exciting.
Well, you guys are you're bleeding edge.
Oh, absolutely. We've moved off the Telegraph now. It's tweeting all the way.
Don't knock the Telegraph.
We're so jiggy with it.
Yeah. Hip to the beat, Daddy.
That's right. But you can still do it in analog if you fear the tweet. People write down song titles and put it in the bucket of dreams.
How many do you pluck out in a show?
You just grab a handful and then you whichever one inspires you is the one that you go for. And sometimes there are two that you go, I could do two things with that.
So how much of the show's prepared? Is any of the show prepared, the song?
None of it.
None.
We might have to say the first 45 seconds, we have a song called This Is the Start of the Show. And at the end, we have a song called
This is the End?
Correct. How did you?
That's why they came into big bucks, Russell.
You man, your brain. But everything in between is totally improvised.
Okay, look, 1300 222 774. If you've got a song title, a simple situation that you want to throw at Spontaneous Broadway, feel free. 1300 222 774. You can try sending a text as well. 0437 774 774. Can I throw one at you?
Please.
Can we do the Alan Jones one?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Do you need any more
I'm just vaguely concerned it'll be libelous.
Look, I've got my finger over the dump button. For those of you that don't know, if you try to ring up and swear on our show, I can dump you. You're not listening to us live. You're listening to us 10 seconds late, so I can dump you.
In the future.
Okay, that's the warning.
Oh. Well, please call in with your lawyer's phone number.
Yeah, okay. 1300 222 774. But before we get to your suggestions, you are going to hear a music, and he's in musicals, Alan Jones. He was down here in Melbourne as a part of the Annie, the
that's
musical.
Right.
Somehow we did his show from here. Anyway, we shouldn't talk about commercial broadcasters, but we do. Anyway, can we have a taste of Alan Jones on the gets a promotion? He decides to move up in the world and move to the Drive show on 774 ABC in Melbourne.
So this is a musical set in the future. What would be the title of this musical? What are we going to put on the marquee at the theatre?
The Moans of Jones.
The Moans of Jones is the title of the musical. Because you see, Rafi, the first part of our show is we pitch an idea for a musical.
I've got a name for the song. Betty Blacktown in Struggle Street. I have actually heard Alan Jones say that. But, you know how Philip Adams has Gladys as the prototype listener. For Alan Jones, it's Betty Blacktown in Struggle Street. Blacktown's a poorer region of Western Sydney.
So at this point of the show, as host, I would tease the cast members who are all playing characters from the world of musical theatre to pitch an idea to the audience. John starts playing a tune. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. And then you've given the structure for the musical already. Alan Jones in the future comes to do the Drive show at 774. And the song title is called Betty Blacktown
in Struggle
Street.
All right. I'm Alan Jones. I'm Alan Jones. And I love to be on radio down to my bones. But there's only one thing that will keep me alive. That's stealing's Raf's job. on 774 Drive. Alan Jones. I'm Alan Jones.
He's Alan Jones. He loves to moan, but he is sweet. And I love Alan Jones because I'm Betty Blacktown. And I grew up on Struggle Street.
Struggle Street.
Struggle Street.
My average listener, she's from Struggle Street.
It's lovely.
It's sweet.
On Struggle Street.
Send us a tweet. Yes, Alan Jones speaks to Struggle Street.
Fantastic. There you go. He's on his way.
That might be.
I didn't imply anything there. I'm very proud of myself.
Very good.
Well,
we kept it nice and musical theatre.
I do have my finger on the dumper. It's okay. It's okay.
But that would be an apology for a musical, perhaps. But so you get the idea that would be one of the pitches that we do. We do 4 or 5 pitches at the start of the show, and then the audience in the theatre vote for the musical that will have its world premiere that night. Okay. And then we play out a whole musical complete with costume changes, characters and storylines, and I kind of direct the action live.
Oh, look, I want to ask you a question, but I've got a great suggestion from Simon in Vermont. Hi there, Simon, you there?
Hello, Raph, I've got a couple for you.
Yep.
The love duet of Tony Abbott and Alan Jones, me and Mr. Jones, we've got a thing going on.
Yes, okay.
Also the musical, Yes, We've Got Trouble, right here in this city. It starts with Jay, that smells like paint, must be Alan Jones.
You're getting close there, Simon. You've got another one.
That's the whole musical.
Hello, Talkin' Jones. Along came Jones, that'll do you.
I think Simon, you've almost qualified to come on stage and be a cast member.
Absolutely. We'll see you on Wednesday night, Simon. You're on.
That's right.
Quite clearly people are jonesing for Little Jones in this town.
Maybe. Look, I want to ask you all for a quick response. What's the best thing about doing it? I'm not sure if you've all been around for the 12 years, but there's clearly a joy in thinking that fast. What's the best thing about it for you?
Laughs even when you completely stuff up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You don't get that in stand-up if you stuff up. People just look at you slack jaw, disliking.
So people are always laughing with you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's awesome.
I love finding out what you're going to say at exactly the same time as the audience does. Like, you don't know what's going to come out of your mouth. And like Andrew says, when it works, it's magnificent. And when it doesn't, it's sublime.
Yeah. And what about you? Is it that, how many years have you done for?
John and I started producing it at the Fringe 12 years ago. For that long.
So why keep doing?
Because we own the rights in this country. But also, part of the joy is also bringing fresh talent into it and coaching, and they don't think they're going to, and they panic. They go, we had a guest star who's a musical theatre person here. They watched Friday night show with her mum, and her mum said, how are you going to do that? So, and seeing those person move from fear to confidence, because I know the talent inside every person. It's just me and John providing a structure and a framework for people to play, be mischievous, be funny, play fantastic characters that they never even thought they had inside them. And also the magic for me is that shared thing with the audience. More than any other style of theatre, I think improv is about, the audience know that we're flying by the seat of our pants.
Yes.
And they kind of come on the ride with us. They're really supportive. They love it when we struggle.
Yeah, of course they do. Look, I want to ask you a few more things, but I want to get another song from you, if we can.
Please.
There's a text from Charlotte. Simple song title, Ants and Spiders Do Not Mix. This is a song title suggestion from Charlotte. Ants and Spiders Do Not Mix.
What would be the title of the musical that this comes from?
It would be Insect Cocktail.
Oh, delicious.
And it would be the whole MasterChef kind of thing where you're finding new foods to eat and you have desserts made out of dirt and foam and all that kind of stuff. And so it would be a young chef discovering that putting like Mexican fire ants with a Coke spider, where you pour ice cream into a Coke and it makes a spider. Spider. So putting ants into a Coke spider doesn't work because it gives everyone gastro.
Right. So this musical could be set in Mexico. It'd have a kind of Latin feel. Do you think it would be?
That's an idea,
Mexican
Russell.
MasterChef.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So there could be accents aplenty and lots of stereotyping offences as well. So the song title again is what was it?
Ants and Spiders Do Not Mix.
Ants and Spiders Do Not Mix from the musical
Insect
Cocktail.
I like spiders, yes I do. I like putting them in my food. I like the ants with their legs and their little feelers. They are just the tasteful stealers. I like to mix, I like to try. I like my drinks wet and my food quite dry. I like food. Dance break.
I see you. You think you're a good chef. I tell you now that I am the best.
Olay.
I know a secret that you don't know is that ants and spiders, they don't go. You got your spider with your ice cream and Coke.
Uh-huh.
You get some fire ants, you throw it in throat. I know it, it won't work. No, it will be rapidly berserk, and acid is what you get.
I wasn't expecting such a chemistry answer. Lucky I'm singer and not a dancer. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't matter. I'm Mexican. Oh, I love today.
Dance break! Now, if only you could watch, audience, because right now, Cal Wilson is bouncing off the walls. It's spectacular. She's got maracas. It's incredible.
That's
I believe she's Mexican, actually. Yeah.
You get the idea, right?
I get the idea. I get the idea indeed. Look, we haven't heard from John Thorn, who's been tinkling away there. I wanted to ask you, John, you've been with this project for a long time. Do you still get scared? Russell mentioned going from fear to confidence with the new performers. Do you still have a great fear of, oh, my God, I won't know what to sing?
Well, I don't sing. I just play the piano.
Oh, okay.
And I don't get too scared because everyone's looking at the actors sweating.
Oh, so you just kick back and watch the others struggle and self-immolate.
And if I get stuck, I just sort of play a couple of chords.
Yeah. We do try to challenge him sometimes with musical styles.
Right. Yes, they do try and trip me up.
Yeah, we want something dark, but light and fluffy at the same time. But also, John does an overture which he improvises at the beginning of the musical after the vote.
I get scared then.
It's quite a spectacular part of the show, and people love watching because all the changes that he does, the themes that he reincorporates from whatever musical we get, they love it.
Look, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for taking all that was thrown at you. You can watch Spontaneous Broadway from the 2nd, so that's tomorrow, from the 2nd until October the 7th. If you want to book, melbournefringe.com.au, or you can call this number, 9660 9666. Russell, Cal, Andrew, John, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you.